Hello friend, hope you are doing well, and in this video we'll discuss about the rotor effect. There is a lot of question asked by the pilot team and engineering team, what do you mean by the rotor effect? And whenever I went for the first license exam, this was the question asked by my assessor. So we'll discuss about the rotor effect. So bow rotor can occur when engine internal component cool at a different rate, and this will lead to unequal thermal expansion, and this will cause the deflection on the bow rotor shaft, and this will cause the rotor shaft to wrap or bend, resulting will create the severe mass unbalance or internal blade rubbing. This will cause permanently damage to the engine if you are going to start with this condition. So what is happening, this bow rotor effect fault will come during engine start also. Pilot will face this challenge, and this alert will trigger whenever the bow rotor protection or engine cooling is not sufficient or it is failed. Then only this fault will trigger, and during this time you have to off the engine, and maintenance action required. You cannot try to restart the engine again. So just want a if you'll talk about the practically what do you mean by bow rotor effect, I just wanted to tell. If you'll take the example of this is your pen, just consider I'll just remove this, and this is your internal refill, and we'll take the example of bow rotor effect practically so you'll better understand this thing. So this is your shaft, engine shaft. You consider whenever engine is shut down, there is a hot gases surrounding the shaft, and because of the molecule of the hot gases will be very lightweight, this will travel onto the top of the casing, engine casing. So once it will be go on the top of the casing, what will the effect on the top of the shaft? There is a hot gas on the top of the shaft. It means temperature will affect on this shaft, and there will be the temperature expansion on the shaft. So what is happening, once expansion will take place, this will bend. I will not tell it will bend like this, I will just telling just minimum, whatever minimum bend will take place due to the unequal temperature surrounding the shaft. So what is happening, this will directly affect the bearing. You will take the example, there is a supportive bearing for all the shaft. Once it will bend and you are going to start the engine, once shaft will rotate, this will damage to the bearing, this will damage to the blades, casing, whatever there is many things. This will mean deterioration of engine will take place if you are going to start with this condition. So that's why sometimes oil chip defects also used to come. What I feel, we are based on this only, bearing damage. Maybe this is also one of the reasons. So we are so what is happening, so to prevent this thing bending, to equalize the temperature surrounding the shaft, there is a cool option of cooling. You will see in the LEAP engine start, even Pratt and Whitney engine also you will have cooling option. So whenever you are going to start, before start, whether you are doing automatic or whether you are doing manually, whether you are going for dry cranking or you are going for start, what is there, FedEx can command an automatic dry cranking to prevent an potential bow rotor condition during the engine cooling, and FedEx logic limit the maximum N2 to 10% only. So N2 will rotate 10% maximum during this condition. What is happening, this will start rotating, and whatever hot gases will be there, it will start mixing with surrounding the shaft, and then temperature will equalize on the shaft, and this will prevent the bow rotor effect. So that's why dual cooling option is there. There is a dual cooling push button on the Pratt and Whitney aircraft. So what is happening, once you are selecting dual cooling, simultaneously you can, suppose you are starting number 1 engine, number 2 engine will simultaneously will start cooling, so that whenever you are going to start the number 2 engine, cooling time will not taken by the engine, so engine will quickly start. So this is the difference between, if you will talk about Pratt and Whitney and LEAP and CFM56, this Pratt and Whitney and LEAP will usually take more time to start the engine because of this effect, dual cooling, because cooling required to prevent the bow rotor effect. That's why it is used to take more time. But in case of CFM56, engine will start within 10 to 20 seconds only. So this is all about the bow rotor effect. So this is the example in the engine how the shaft is banned due to the bow rotor effect, just for your knowledge. Hope you love this video, and if you really love this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe for getting more video on Airbus 320 family. See you again on the next vlog.